Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ, and it's time to update my boosted loot CHERNARUS files for update 1.23. So in this video I'm going to show you where to find and download those files, and I'm going to show you what's in those files, what they do, and then if you need it as well, I'm going to show you how to install them. If you're already familiar with these files, and I know lots of you have been using them for quite a long time now, if you just have a look in the description below this video, you'll find a link to my GitHub repository, which you can see here, and my Mega repository. They've both got the same files in them. So you can go to GitHub, click code, click download zip, download that to your local computer, extract the files, upload them to your community server when DayZ 123 goes live on top of the vanilla files, and you'll be good to go. For everybody else who isn't familiar with what they do, listen on. So I created these files with the idea of having an easier DayZ experience, one where if you're a new player, for example, it wouldn't be quite so difficult to survive. So you get things like trucks spawn in full, so they've got all the wheels on everything, and in the back of them there's fuel, so you can just pour the fuel into the fuel can, it's good to go. And they're also full of building gear, so you can wander off and you can make yourself a base relatively easy, and there's quite a few of them as well. Similarly, if you find guns, they have bits already attached onto them, whether that might be scopes or suppressors. They'll come with ammo in them as well. And so, for example, you can see this AK has already got a suppressor on it, it's already got a magazine, but magazine spawn full of bullets as well. So you can actually have fun shooting lots of zombies, because you'll find ammo everywhere, and well, I say everywhere, in military locations where they're meant to be, you'll find them. So you'll have enough to collect lots of ammo, so you can have fun going around. And because lots of stuff spawns in pristine, it lasts quite a long time as well, so guns aren't breaking all the time. So you can really have experiences with these server files that you couldn't have if you were playing vanilla, because you just don't find this sort of equipment as well. Cars spawn in, full and basically ready to go. In the boot there is, or the back, there is a can of fuel, so you can fuel it up. You will have to go and find a water source, fill that with water, and bring it back and fill up the radiator. But also all the cars have got different loadouts in the back, so they've all got guns in, but some of them are set up for fishing, some of them are set up for hunting, some of them are set up for farming. So you can have quite a bit of fun with that sort of stuff. There is a party truck at the top of the ski resort on the west hand side of the map, which has got all this wonderful stuff in. There's one of those that spawns in, and in Novi Sabor there is I call it a trader truck. Basically it's a truck full of weapons that someone could borrow or take and use to go around the map and trade. You also have things like the bonfires spawn in, that sort of stuff. And sort of to be a little bit more exact, if you look at the readme that's included with the files, I kind of go through with quite a lot of detail about all the different things. So for example, the Rusty Ada comes with the M4A1, the Rusty Olga has the VSS, the Gunter, the Asvel, the Rusty Saka, the Dragonov, more heli crash sites, more weapons, more food, more batteries, more chemical protection stuff, NBC stuff, all that sort of good stuff to make it a little bit easier to survive and to build and to enjoy DayZ as perhaps more of an adventure, or as I say, for newer players as well. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to download the code to your local PC and extract it, which you'll want to do. Now, for DayZ Update 1.23, you may well want to do a soft wipe, because what's going to happen is there's going to be some major changes up at the Northwest Airfield. And if you don't do a soft wipe, you're going to end up with loot hanging around in the sky. So I'll put a link in the description below this video to my how to do a soft wipe as well. Unfortunately, when you do the soft wipe, it wipes everybody's bases and caches and all the stuff off the map, and all that players keep is the stuff that's on them, so in their inventory that you would have when you log off. I'll also put a link in the description below this video for my how to edit and change fresh new player spawn gear as well, because update 1.23 on console, just like we used to be able to do on PC, but we used to do it through init.c. On console we now have, and PC, we now have these new custom JSON files that we can create. So you can create, as in this video, kind of like a vanilla plus. So I've done a video where you can spawn in a new player where you give them a compass and a map and some medicine and a knife and a little bit more food, so they've got, you can survive for that little bit longer than you can normally, again, to make it that little bit easier. So how do you install these files? Well, first things first, you need to make sure you go to your server, go to the main page, and you want to make sure that we're on version 1.23. Don't try and upload these any earlier. So when we get the nod from Nitrado and Bohemia Interactive, the DayZ dev, saying, right, we're up to 1.23, check your server that it says version 1.23 on it. And then what you're going to want to do is you'll want to go back to the vanilla files, which is the updated 1.23 one. So if you go to Settings General and scroll down, and you'll find Reset Mission XML to Default. Now what this is going to do is, once the main server's been updated to update 1.23, what Nitrado don't do is they don't change all your mission files, your types.xml and all that sort of stuff. That stays at 1.22. So we need to reset them. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to tick that. Just remember that any edited files will be lost. We'll save that. We'll restart the server. And then once it's restarted, we untick that and we save that. And therefore we will now have the vanilla XML files. What I would probably do at this point is I would then do my soft wipe. So that it gets rid of anything that might be hanging around. If you didn't want to keep people's loadouts, you could do a reinstall at this point, and that would do the same job. That would do a complete wipe of the server and reinstall the all the XMLs. However, do remember, before you do that, you'll want to go into config profiles, create a new config, and then restore that, because that will then save your store name, your server name, your passwords, your whitelist, your backlist, all that sort of stuff in there. Okay, so then we head over to the server browser, and on PC you're looking for the one that says missions. On PlayStation servers it will say PS missions. On Xbox server it says XB missions. We click in here and we're into the root directory soon. So we're going into CHERNARUS. This is the root directory of the server, of the mission folder, sorry, for the server. So we go back and look at these files. You'll have something like this. CFG event spawn, CFG gameplay.json, CFG spawnable types. And then all we need to do is, with the server stopped, we just need to say upload file, go to where we have these files, and then here we need to upload that one, and that one. And you just hit open. That will then upload those files to your server. Then you go into the DB directory, which is this one, and you click upload files. And you would go to where you'd save them, and we want the events, globals, messages, and types. And you would open those. Gosh, that was loud, wasn't it? Upload them to here, and then you would say restart your server, and then you would have all the wonderful new loot start spawning. Please bear in mind, of course, that if the server's been running with the default file, say people have logged on, things like that, then you will have damaged stuff spawning in, and vehicles without wheels and without stuff in the back spawning in as well as part of those events. However, give it a little bit of time, that stuff will spawn out, the new stuff will spawn in, and you'll have this wonderful, easy to play server. I say easy, it's still challenging, you still get killed by zombies and fall off cliffs and that sort of stuff. That's a little bit easier to do. So if you are at all a little bit rusty or a little bit nervous about creating a boosted loot DayZ community server, please use these files. They're really easy to do. I do not say they are completely free from error, however. If you do find some errors, which there probably will be, please let me know in the comment section down below, and I will do my best to correct them as soon as I can. So there we go. There's my CHERNARUS 1.23 update compatible community server files. I hope you found this useful. If you have, like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.